Hey everyone, it's Keith here. Civivi launched the original Kiv in 2021 and it was a small double detent slip joint. I never had the chance to check one out, but recently the team at Civivi sent over the Kiv Plus, which is bigger and has a liner lock. I've had this knife for a few weeks and in today's video I'm going to share my initial impressions and thoughts on this knife. Before we get into that, let's quickly go over the specs. The Kiv Plus is designed by Hell, who was one of my favorite knife designers. The version I have here is the black stone washed blade with black G10 scales and carbon fiber overlay. This version of the Kiv Plus costs $78 US. The overall length is 6.10 inches and it has a closed length of 3.69 inches. The blade length is 2.52 inches and the blade steel is Nitro V steel. The Kiv Plus is very lightweight and weighs 2.1 ounces or 60 grams. The pocket clip on this is non-reversible and is right hand tip up only. Here is a size comparison against the Wii Banter and Civivi Imperium. The Kiv Plus is surprisingly big because in the online photos it looks quite small. When the knives are open, the Kiv Plus is slightly shorter than the Wii Banter, and when they're closed, they're roughly the same length. After using the Kiv Plus for the past few weeks, I really enjoyed using it and I love the design. The Kiv Plus is one of the most unique looking knives I've handled. I've been a long-time fan of Hell because his futuristic designs are tastefully done. The Kiv Plus is a mashup of futuristic design with the traditional Kiridashi blade shape. The Kiridashi blade is commonly used for woodworking, paper cutting, and crafting in Japan. It's primarily a utility knife, and incorporating it with modern materials and futuristic design makes the Kiv Plus look very unique. I was concerned about the carbon fiber overlay because in the online photos they looked a bit tacky, but in person they look great. The handle has a smooth transition from carbon fiber to the black G10 scales. It gives the overall knife a worn-in look, which I quite like. The handles on the Kiv Plus are very flat, and for my small hands I can get a full 4-finger grip. Holding this knife in a hammer grip feels pretty comfortable, and the thin pocket clip doesn't create any hot spots. There's plenty of jimping along the spine of the blade, and it's great if you want more leverage for push cuts. The bottom section of the knife also has jimping, but it's not very noticeable and feels very smooth. I think the Kiv Plus works the best in pinch grip or index finger grip for utility cuts. The very tip of the knife even has a rounded tip if you want to choke all the way up with your index finger for more precise cuts. Overall, the blade shape and ergos make it more of a utility knife rather than a general purpose knife. In terms of deployment, the Kiv Plus is pretty interesting. The design of the flipper tab has plenty of jimping and it's also slightly curved. Flipping the knife with the index finger feels the most comfortable because there's plenty of leverage. You can also front flip with the thumb, but it feels a bit awkward because there's not much leverage. I managed to fail to open the knife a few times this way. If you front flip the knife with a bit of wrist momentum, it's much easier to deploy. Another fun way to open the knife is to front flip with an index finger. I found front flipping with the index finger easier than with the thumb. There are a few deployment options, but to be honest, the normal flipping action works the best and there's less chance of failing it. The Kiv Plus runs on caged ceramic ball bearings and the action feels incredibly snappy. However, when the blade is closing, it's not very drop shotty. The blade needs an extra bit of push for it to close shut. The Kiv Plus has a slim cutout on the show side of the handle and the liner lock is very easy to access. There's plenty of jimping on the liner lock and it doesn't feel sharp. During my time with the knife, I noticed that if you rest your thumb above the lock bar before engaging it, the scales and liner lock can sometimes pinch your thumb. If you engage the lock horizontally like you're supposed to, you won't run into this issue. Another small detail I noticed is that the design of the liner lock looks very similar to the Wii Pier that previously designed. Is one of my favorite knife designers and it's very exciting to see his style appear in other designs. Overall, I really like the design of the Kiv Plus. It looks unique and the Kiridashi style blade makes it a great utility knife. What are your thoughts on the knife? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.